What are you doing? He's just a kid, a young boy.
After he left my place, they locked him up.
That he doesn't just fart and make thick sandwiches with thick ham.
One of the better specialists in Poland in the field, vibrations.
Candies protect the injector sockets.
Gdansk, Stogie Beach. Here in the car, we have the victim, and we're starting the process of freezing Jarek. We'll show you 4 welds numbered on the paws. The person in 4th place gets a 5-minute penalty and must sit in the water. Hi, Adash. Good morning. Honestly, we didn't see the luck, because I was talking about important matters in the car. Unfortunately, hey. So where is the fresh victim? Back here? Hey. I'm warming up, so keep getting warmer. I suggest you run to the beach. Let's go. The temperature is 4 degrees, but it feels like -4. Oh, not bad. You once said that you did winter swimming, right? Did it just happen? Or did you fall into the water? That counts too. The most important thing is that I didn't lose, that I don't have to freeze now. And if anything happens, someone knows how to do artificial respiration and so on. No, I preferred for Adash to slap me, and Adash slapped you. I'll wake up right away. Listen, if you want a beach, go to Stogie in Gdansk. I invite you, but please don't come, because your visits cause traffic jams for me. Jarek, do some jumps, a horn or something. So what, Jarek? Adrenaline is rising, but there's a towel, swim trunks, a spare pair. Everything's here. And that's exactly the lesson. You have to learn how to weld. Jarek, can you go faster? Because I'm cold. I'm freezing. There's a draft from this water. Good point.
Time starts.
Start. Pause. No, okay, don't go too far, because I won't feel like it. Well, downstairs. Oh, I think we need to restart the stopwatch because it got stuck. Jarek, you're doing well.
Half a minute behind you, send the time.
That's a good idea. My hand and face are so cold that I don't know if I can last these 5 minutes. I think I have to run to the car. 4 minutes.
And you know that when Seba was numbering, he gave different numbers, he was assigning different numbers and someone else lost? No.
No, that's not true. You're talking nonsense now. You're making things up. No.
It wasn't in order?
How come?
No!
We're not saying what?
No, not like that. But I specifically said on the video, don't number them in order so the viewers wouldn't know who won, because it was visible.
Who it was? How? So now he's sitting there for no reason. But wait. Are you suggesting that I should be sitting there? Yes. I disagree. My spawn wasn't the worst.
Because someone would be dying, it's such a tough beast that it won't tell you, it'll just hurt. Once when a grinder got caught in his hood, he just stopped, turned off the grinder that was buzzing. What else could he do? There wasn't really, a situation there at all. The end.
What's the pleasure if he didn't really suffer? Viewers, let us know in the comments. Are you disappointed he didn't suffer more? Maybe he'll get it now. Look how red it is. It's really red, but it's already warm.
Jarek, what's your Instagram handle?
Just like you told me, Jarek. _intern_intern. Just like you told me. You told me. Yes. Just like you told me. My friends, go follow Jarek _intern. Let the guy at least get something out of our nonsense. I thought I'd get satisfaction from watching you struggle. Yeah, I don't even have a place to change here. No, Jarek, just take the clothes and change over there.
Go. Give me the shoes, okay? But give me the shoes and you shake, okay? Run.
Damn it, around. We just promised Jarek that the girls would come, and they did. Look, please, let the ladies see what a handsome guy he is.
He's not lacking anything.
On Sunday, yes, but here the girls came.
What are you doing? Come on, Ratchik, such a young boy. You're picking on the youth.
How can you give the worst detail? Well, unfortunately, there's no big game in the workshop.
But my dear friends, The contest has just ended, including the penalty, and we're moving on with the material. Aha, Rokokokokorokospa. PL, hey there.
Hi, hey there.
It worked out, and honestly, it looks good. It's going to look even better in Bali. Tell me, what did you bring?
I brought a ready-made tub with an acrylic insert, external stove, and cast iron grate. Well, it's a cool thing to have fun with, and on the car it's definitely going to be a blast.
How much does a set like that cost from you?
We start at 10,000 and
This particular one?
a tenner.
So let's chip in, and we'll see what has arrived for us. All right, my friends, that's how it looks. I like it. How about you? We have a pretty simple construction. Here I see we have something for coffee, cup holders for coffee. Here I see we have a stainless steel stove with a chimney like this. We'll see how it sticks out from the car. And here we have the supply, the return. And here we also have the supply and return done, and that's the whole construction. My dear friends, it's also a very nice and simple solution, right?
Exactly, that's right, an acrylic insert. So if something falls in or you scratch it, you can always polish it. A thermal cover that will keep the temperature for a long time.
This one here, yes.
This is exactly the cooling. I don't know what this thing is. We end the party at midnight and return the next day between 4 and 6 post-meridium. With outside temperatures near 5 or below 0, the drop from 36 will be about 4 or 5 degrees. Just like that.
Maybe it will keep our soup at 100.
So if we go to the DTS competition and heat it up on Friday, it'll still be working by Sunday. We'll just add more to the stove the next day. Okay, and here we'll be driving and adding more to the stove. Thank you so much, thanks. We'll definitely send you pictures when this little project works out for us too.
You'll upload it exactly, yes?
Oh, hey, Granat.
Hey, good thing you're here. Can you go with me to the warehouse to get some belts?
I just cleaned the car.
Don't complain, thanks for... Thanks. Will you come with me?
Do I have to?
Come on, don't complain.
All right, come on. I just cleaned the car.
Come here to the grocery store, I'll buy something to eat.
God, all right, go quickly. God, what did he buy, damn?
You said...
That you cleaned up? But what did you...
Did you buy liver with onions? I really don't know why they even give those... caps. Well, I'll hold it here so it doesn't spill. Oh shit, sorry. Damn, there was no bread because it doesn't work. Don't give it because there's a warehouse behind me.
We've arrived. Oh,
Thanks. Should I leave you a cupcake?
take all of this with you and I don't want to see you anymore.
Thanks. See you. Take care.
Do you guys also have a buddy like that in your group? I couldn't stand him if it weren't for Omevo Ewa, floor mats that have polymer cells, which protect the car's floor from mechanical damage, from dirt, moisture, water, from everything, even from liver with onions. And not only do they cover up to 99% of the floor area, but look how easily I can take them out and clean them in a second. We have Velcro, but I can still do it with one hand thanks to... I can take them out with one hand and then, without using any chemicals, just rinse these mats with plain water. You'll see for yourself what a nice texture it has, which makes the dirt come off easily. Let's go. All right, listen. We've got a situation update from the secret tech facility at Mr. Wan's place.
Good morning.
Mr. Adam, what does the situation look like at this moment?
The first thing is the wiring harness from the Ford F-250. Strip it of unnecessary things that were in the Ford F-250 and leave only the transmission control and the actuator opening control. In the flash pump, we will simplify this harness a lot. It will be the harness controlling the gearbox. Engine control is just one positive to the pump, and control of the glow plugs because it's a diesel, an old diesel. The second separate harness will be for the lights, and for that we'll use a ready-made harness from a farm tractor. All other things will be switched on like in a tractor.
I remember when we took the engine out of the Ford, and the harness was here at the front. I remember you cut it, and I understand it's not needed.
It's not needed anymore.
What did you cut the harness from?
Everything that was on the right side of the car, like the starter relay, glow plugs, all the controls, sensors, everything went through that part. The harness we don't need anymore. How much is it now?
Annoy me.
We have an axle from a Ford F-250 installed. As you can see, it's a typical truck hub axle, 10 bolt. We widened the spring mounts so we wouldn't have to modify the axle itself. We just added these little spacers. The towers are there so we can raise the body. We'll change the way the body is mounted, because usually there are two rubber elements in those lower mounts, but here there will be welded parts with nuts. The original bushings are already, so to speak, not usable anymore, but we have vulcanized ones, so I guess not anymore. These are already vulcanized.
No, I said it wrong.
Wrong. The vulcanization process, how they bond together. Never mind, let's not be so picky.
Because now Granat wanted to show himself from his better side here, that he doesn't just fart and make thick sandwiches with thick ham. Damn, what a piece of meat. He can also express himself intelligently and has something to say. Here.
There are bushings here, polyurethane silent blocks. This is a component that is permanently vulcanized together. This bushing doesn't move, doesn't float, doesn't act as a bearing. Cheap polyurethane suspension parts are often made from separate pieces and assembled with grease. It works that way. Stiffer to a point, but acts like a bearing. That's why in most cars adding polyurethane parts feels like building a super sport car, but really we're just making a floating wheelbarrow. I don't like throwing things away, so this old bushing from the Patrol will be the perfect body mount for our frame.
Frame and bushings for free. The next part that the Granat will be dealing with is the drive shaft.
The length of the drive shaft is constantly changing. When the suspension compresses, the drive shaft has to shorten or extend. If we jump in American cars, there is mainly this kind of spline that compensates for it right at the transmission. This is a drive shaft from a Ford F-250. This drive shaft is a bit too long, so it's enough.
It's enough to shorten it.
It's enough to shorten it, but it's not that simple. Still, we'll do it. The problem is that now we have to determine the range of motion of this spline.
I set it in the middle so it has movement both forward and backward. Because if we make the shaft so long that it's compressed all the way, we automatically eliminate its movement.
But I just wouldn't want to set it halfway, because if we set it halfway and then lift it on cushions, will the car bounce its rear somewhere on bumps so that this spline element doesn't become too short?
The longer it is, the more play it has
And it will start.
to wear out the spline.
Exactly. The torque from this engine isn't super high or anything, but the heavy foot of the main driver, who I think will be
That he'll be driving very calmly on public roads. Oh,
on public roads, sure, but this car might someday by chance end up on a track somewhere.
or maybe in some forest.
That works. I think at that distance we'll agree that it's enough, and then we measure the distance.
111.
Are you laughing at my phone? It has a cool feature. When I turn on the camera to record a speeding road pirate, it does this. We're going to Mr. Jersey Zygmunt, a master and engineer of difficult things.
Exactly. And that's our highlight in this episode, because what we'll see there on the spot will definitely stay in your memory for a long time. And here we are, a few kilometers away in Driveshaft, where one of the Gdansk locals makes shafts, and not scams, but drive shafts. Here, time has stood still. Good day. Please introduce yourself to millions of viewers.
They call me Grandpa.
Grandpa, the one who pulls tricks.
As you can see, I handle servicing and balancing shafts on a balancing machine that I built myself 10 years ago.
30 years ago.
I work with cardan shafts. I worked my whole professional life at the Polytechnic. I'm an electronics engineer by education, and I built this machine in 1991 because there was a need for it. I understand.
But for your own needs. Did you build it for the Polytechnic?
That is not with the Polytechnic's resources, but I understand. I mean your own.
And did you lecture there, or were you a contract employee?
I was in the technical department, an apparatus designer in the mechanical faculty. And in those days,
Well, I know. I remember what those times were like. I often talk to people who raced in motorsport, especially during the PRL era, since I also race in motorsport. Listen, it was like there was literally nothing, and you had to improvise. But my friends, my old saying is that poverty creates, wealth ruins. Thanks to that, you had to rise to the occasion and create something out of a stick, out of a twig, where it was supposed to be professional and work on the track. I suspect it was the same here. Could you tell us a bit more about your machine?
it's based on the so-called watt-meter effect, which has been used in balancers since they were first invented. However, here there are no longer any mechanical solutions like a watt meter. Everything is handled through analog electronics. And there's also a little program for the famous Commodore here.
Here we have, look, the Commodore 64 Professional, and here a beautiful cathode ray tube display. And this was probably the equipment you worked on at the Polytechnic, right? Because those were the kinds of computers back then.
Maybe a bit more advanced already, but this one turned out to be a very good choice. It's already indestructible, resistant to moisture, dust, and so on. The attempt to set up a PC here ended in failure.
Those were great years, even with an old Mercedes barrel. The manufacturer never anticipated repairs to the rear axle, so there weren't even any spare parts. And as you can see here, even electronics from the 1980s are doing well in 2025. So I understand that you wrote the program yourself, and that's all?
I was consulted by an older colleague of mine who has since passed away, one of the best specialists in Poland in the field of vibrations, and he wrote this algorithm. My work was the electronics. Here there's quite complicated analog electronics, integration, analog multiplication, and so on, and all of this has been holding zero steadily for 30 years. As you can see, it still works to this day, and often they use my machine to correct shafts that were balanced on modern equipment. And that's how it looks in a nutshell.
In the Defender we came in, both drive shafts were also repaired here.
So in the Defender, there isn't just one drive shaft, there are two.
And do they vibrate? Did anything vibrate or click while you were driving, like in our Dodge?
Only my heart was beating. So, you created this equipment here, right? Yes.
Yes, this is my joyful creation. This is still an East German device, probably bought here from the tape recorder factory, which was Monitor, and it's a product of Unimar Gdansk. It works too.
So, together with your colleague, you connected this computer with these devices and with the balancer? Yes.
And the engine, just out of curiosity, is Soviet from a chainsaw.
And our problem is that we have a drive shaft from a Ford F-250, which is too long. We only measured it kind of roughly, not very officially, but it should be enough.
111.
111
Not millimeters, but centimeters.
When you measured from here to the shortest one,
From the first to the second edge of the same type.
the shortest one measured along the cup like this.
If this is the same position of this and that, then yes. I love those old posters. Fiat Siena took a different direction. This is likely from '98. Year, it has a vibe, right, a dash? Such a workshop. And can you tell me, which crankshaft has been lying around the longest for you? Or is there a crankshaft that's been with you for a while? Here? I don't know. Maybe 5 to 10 years.
I had a guy who made an excuse because he said that after leaving my place he got locked up.
I hope that won't be the case here.
He asked you to have the material so you know where to go to fix the car's shaft.
How many people were there? None? A year is a short vacation. Any funny stories?
Funny, or maybe something sexist. Because ladies often...
Yes, ladies would come by.
Zwawa called me and said, I have my husband's roller here.
Thanks for watching. Husband's roller. To shorten.
And here, generally, it would seem that it needs to be lengthened.
Lengthened, but there were no more hits afterward. Well, my dear friends, we say goodbye to Mr. Jersey. Thank you for showing us your workshop, and congratulations. Above all, having the perseverance to run a business in this country. That really counts as a miracle. And so many years of ideas and knowledge that you had and still have.
And reaching the standard in Bangladesh.
Adesh, wasn't this workshop in some movie?
Yeah, I think they were dismantling some things from Furiosa here, right?
And how amazing the way the guy drives, right?
I've driven here for 15 years. To him, in every off-roader I've had, there was always a broken universal joint, drive shaft. You had to balance it, and only to him, because normally if you wanted to take a drive shaft somewhere for modifications, changing the flange or something, they'd ask for a technical drawing, this and that, but here the guy just asks what power, where it will be used, and that's it. No problem. He'll use his experience to calculate it for you, explain what's needed, and say if it works or if it's not possible. They don't have any more splines for the Patrol, so he'll use a stronger one from a Sprinter and weld it in. He'll balance it perfectly.
So amazing, so cool. I like people like that, and I'd love to drop by for coffee or tea someday, so he can tell me about those crazy communist years and the 90s when you had to improvise. And I love talking to people who, back in those days, had something to do with mechanics, and especially with motorsports.
They built a machine for making completely professional and undeniably good things.
And it works.
It works. Mr. is an electronics engineer, so he had someone here write software for it. Back then, with nothing around, those minds stood out.
Let me know in the comments if you're interested in stories like this, because I once even thought about making a series where I visit people who were involved in the things I just talked about. Listen, the day of truth has come. Mr. Patrick came from Krakow to see how the work is progressing. What does Rambalia look like now? Whether he likes it or not, whether he thought it would look different, and whether he thinks it's going in the right direction, we'll find out for ourselves in a moment. Adesh, It looks nice over those wheels, thank you.
That's 35 inches, which is a very big wheel for European off-road vehicles, but with the size of an American car, it's 35 inches. It looks fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, it fits like it was made for it, man.
What a beast in the front.
This bumper is on the original mounts now, but this bumper will go up.
But I'm not sure I'd leave it down like that.
It looks good down, although I would consider whether it's worth doing something with the bumper, maybe adding something on top. This way it also looks a bit Spartan, since the mounting is visible.
You asked if something can be cut out, and yes, it can.
If it can have a dick cut out, yes.
To engrave.
And is it possible to engrave it?
The possibilities of technology.
A beast comes in, and two guys appear. One sitting in a tub on his chest, in a strange place. Thanks.
Now I can show what has been done in the car, the appropriate size. Well,
Yeah, because if someone drives big American cars, it means they have some kind of complex. It will be hard to do anything with the engine to put something inside.
when I sit down, I just sit inside.
Inside,
So I stand here on the front lane, and then the long ones by the engine, the covers are already removed, cleaned. The injector sockets are cleaned with candies, those jelly ones, because they're disgusting, but they seal really well.
Adesh, tell me one thing, because I've been wondering, do we want to cover up this tub somehow, or will you just put it in so it's exposed on the support frame?
We'll just put it on the frame on the platform and somehow secure it. There's no point in covering it up since it's too nice to hide.
by the way, have you seen the tub?
I haven't seen it yet. I'll check it now.
So let's present the tub.
Here we have the chimney for the tub as well as the crown for the stove, so here's the tub.
The tub is quite big. No,
Well, it fits about 6 people.
I think so.
Yes, I think it's suitable. Nice.
If there are 6 people, I'm not going in. It's too crowded and we'll be rubbing feet.
All right, we're now at, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30% of the work.
The engine is mounted, it's aligned, the rear suspension is already prepared, and the spring mounts are widened by 20 millimeters on each side. The axle from the F250 has been installed. That big head, I think it's a 44 truck type, etc.
I'm coming in. Yeah, I'm coming in. It's me. I'm coming in. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm coming in. So I'm coming in. I'm coming in. I'm getting on. I'm getting on it. I'm getting on the Focus too. I didn't notice. I didn't notice. I noticed. I didn't notice him.
When the parts, one part is already with me, the other part arrived from the States today, and another.
This week, tomorrow, and the day after.
Here we have a beautiful profit improvement, which looks like a part from an aircraft engine from a radial engine, so it's a beautiful thing. Here, if I'm not mistaken, there's a cap like this, and we always pry it out from under that cap. This is a place that every old diesel owner knows. And here is the AAA power screw, the fuel dose screw. So we loosen the lock nut, and with this screw we adjust whether it will go do or not. I think we'll mark it with a big arrow, like turn here.
And you can immediately send it for sealing. Yes, Adish, once you do it, we'll enjoy Rambalia for a bit, and then it'll go to Mr. Patrick. It has already been used at events, so it could make it to the Baltic this year, among other things, and so you could use it at various events. Listen, a guy contacted me who was the owner of the engine donor, the owner of that Ford we went to get. What's the best part? The guy told me everything, including what the previous owner paid and his transport cost. And it even appeared in some television series. That Ford was simply some kind of icon from Warsaw. If you're from Warsaw and you've ever seen that Ford in the city, write in the comments that you've already encountered this beast before. Because honestly, that Ford looked really cool. Yeah, the question is, what do we do with the bodywork? Do we leave it as it is? Or do we make it all shiny and perfect?
I think it would be worth painting the bodywork so it looks clean, but with a certain concept. With wood on it, or maybe do it in a Rasta style and then cover it with clear coat so it's not rust that causes holes, but rust that just looks different.
If you leave it in the Rasta form with the paint layer removed, it will get covered with iron oxide, which is rust, the one we all know, and it won't get any more holes. The paint gets holes in places where moisture collects, perforation happens, where the rust is trapped under the paint. And what if you picked a really ugly color? I mean a matte, ugly one that fits the countryside vibe.
The frame?
Well, anyway, my dear friends, let me know in the comments what you would do with this shed. And after discussing it with Patrick, with Adam, with me, and with you, we'll make a decision.